Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us over here in Bagan, Myanmar. And we're gonna check out one of the oldest temples here in Bagan. Right behind me, as you can see, is the Manuha temple. This is a temple that was built in 1067, I believe. And it was built by one of the former Mon kings. And we're gonna walk around here and we're gonna take a look. So let's see what we see. So this is it. You can see the outside is a little faded, but it's fantastic. The styling is spectacular. And right out here, you can ride around in these little song towels. They have the locals, and then you have a huge market outside. You'll get assaulted by people trying to sell you some things. But it's all good. They're trying to sell you, like the little souvenirs, postcards, stuff like that. So anyway, this is a two-story temple. So when we come in, we have this little place right here, and they have a humongous alms bowl. And then the locals will come over here and they'll donate rice and stuff like that to the monks. You gotta, of course, take off your shoes when you come in. So they buy these huge big bags of rice. That's a way for them to make merit. It looks like they have a ladder here, so you can climb up there and you can put donations into this big alms bowl also. Now this was built by one of the former Mon kings, and he was held here in captivity. And so he built 3 Buddhas in here. There's 2 seated, and then you have a reclining Buddha. But what you hear about this is how it just doesn't fit. It's a massive, holy cow. So this is a gigantic Buddha that's just kind of shoehorned in here. Wow, this is really quite something here. So you see his hands are folded here in front of him. And it goes way up there, and his head is barely underneath the ceiling. Wow, this is something else. This is kind of a cool look at it. I'm actually squatting down here on the floor. Yeah, that is amazing. So you can come in here and you can touch the Buddha and make some merit. And you can just barely walk through here. Walk around the side. And then there's a second room over here. So you can touch the Buddha hand. And then this one here. So they have the robe. It has the Buddha writing on it, or the Burmese writing. And there goes a bird. Wow, this is something else. So the Mon king was King Makuta. And he built this temple while he was in captivity. But the Burmese over the years has corrupted the language from Makuta into Manuha, and that's why it's named that. Let's go over and look on the other side. I've never seen a temple like this before. This is really, really cool. And you can see just how colossal this hall is. Let's walk over onto that other side. So you can see the Buddha's fingernails. So they have like the little gold on it. And you actually got to squeeze through. Yeah, that's a tight fit. Oh, here we go. So here is the 3rd seated Buddha. Yeah, this is amazing. And they have the little arch windows over here, but they don't let much light in. And then you can see kind of how it's constructed right here. And then one hand is in front of them, and then the other hand is right here. We can look at the styling here of the building. So it has all those little tiny chetties around that are Mon style. And then that's where it has that big alms bowl. And then it has the temple wall, and then the drum or the bell, and then this column right here that you see in the Burmese style. And it has like the little angels and stuff here. And then we have a small hall. This one looks like it's built in 1979. Now, a lot of these temples were damaged in 1975 with a big earthquake. And then again in, I think it was like 2015, another earthquake hit here. So you have these figures here, this little shrine, so you can make donations to the temple. And they have various little outer buildings here. And over here, this is some of the locals. So they sell those sand paintings, they call them. And then over here we have, these are, I think these are what they call like the little ghosts. They have a little shrine here and then a place for like the people to sit or the monks to sit. Yeah, and you can see up there, there's that center chetty in the middle that's clearly the Mon style. Let's go up here in these steps and see what is back in here. This is the, okay, this is what I wanted to see here. This is the big, huge reclining Buddha. Wow, this is really something here. So you come in the little door and there's his feet right when you come in the door. And then it is huge. I don't know how long it is. It's like maybe like 30, 35 meters or so long. And then it has these little arches to let some light in. And the building is kind of contoured around it. You can see here the building is contoured around the shape of the Buddha. And then his head is up here. And it looks like they have some remnants of the social distancing. The little red squares. And there's some pigeons and stuff nestled up top. So you see this is definitely a Burmese style Buddha. They always paint the lips red. And they even put nostrils in this one. I've never noticed a reclining Buddha with nostrils before. And then here's his ears. And then you just take a look all the way down his body. Yeah, this is something else. So this is about as good a look as you can get of the whole thing. So you see his head doesn't have the pointy top knot like you see in Thailand. And then here's his face with his eyes kind of downcast. This is the scene of the reclining Buddha right before he went to nirvana, before he died. And then way, way down there, there's his feet. And then he's got one hand here underneath his head. And you can see a little bit of the plaster work up above there is kind of cracked, but it's still pretty nice. For this thing being built in the mid-11th century, in what, 1069, it is amazing. 1067 is when this was built. Take a look here at this outside. So up there is that middle, that second tier. That's where that big, huge first Buddha is that we looked at. So the plaster work is a little bit faded off, and you can see that it's got that black mold growing on it. But still, what an impressive building. It's so much different than what you see in Thailand. Looks like over here, they put a date on it, June 13th, 99. That must have been when they fixed the plaster work over here on the side of this building. Now here in Bagan, they're really putting a lot of effort into preserving some of the temples that they have. So they're trying to fix up as many as possible, because that's kind of what the big draw is here. And when you're driving around, there's just temple after temple after temple out in the trees. It's one of the most unique things I've ever seen before. Yeah, I like this temple a lot. This is definitely worth your time to come over and take a look at. And they have another one of those little columns, and then right outside here we got another bell and a little white chetty. And this looks like just another little room with a shrine in it. And then there's the bell. And this is, you can go into each one of these separate little entrances. This is the smaller of the, there's the three, the big one in the middle and then two small ones on the side. And we'll look at this shrine here. You can see the styling here on the front. The Burmese really like the use of the gold. And then we have three little Buddhas here in this shrine. And then they have a mural painting up above. Have the elephant and the people. Yeah, this is really nice. You're walking around here, you're going to have all kinds of people like this little guy here trying to sell you some things, but it's part of the fun. Let's see what kind of little souvenirs are here. So here they have like the little Buddhas and some of the little local tuk-tuks. And they have stuff for the kids, and they have all the little things. People ride around here in these like song taos. They sell you the t-shirts like this that say Bagan. A lot of the handcraft, the wood, stuff like that. And these are really famous in this area, the lacquered painted like bowls and stuff like that. And then the little Tripitaka balls, things like that. Puppets also are quite popular. And some of the dresses and all of that here also. Yeah, and this is just right outside of the temple. So here we go, got some people climbing up the stairs there. So you climb up there and then you throw some money in this big alms bowl. And then people also bought the food, like the dragon fruit, apples, stuff like that for the temple. So when you come over here, you ring the bell 3 times and then you hit it on the ground for a 4th strike. That's what they do here in Myanmar. So this is how it is when you come here. This is one of the smaller ones. So you come right through these little 2 doors, or this little small door. And then there is the Buddha. Yeah, how cool is this place? So it looks like back in the old days, they had some of these small little doors, but they have them gated off now. Tiny little entrance. Yeah, this is really, really fun. One more look at this big, huge Buddha. Yeah, this is really fun here. And the huge archway around the That's going to finish up our video over here at this Manuha temple. This is really cool. It was built in 1067, and it was built by one of the former Mon kings, Manuha, I think is how you said it. And they say he's kind of like has a little saying that he had is that, you know, whenever he was praying, he said, "Whithersoever I migrate in samsara, may I never be conquered by another." And that is what he said, because he was here in captivity. So anyway, if you're over here in Bagan, this is one of the things you want to check out for sure. It's quite interesting. Definitely worth your time. And if you liked the video, or if you've been here, smash like, leave me a comment, tell me what you think. If you're new, subscribe, and then you get to see some more videos of things that I see and tell you a little bit about what I know. So if you like that, then subscribe, and then you're notified when I post a new video. And from over here in Bagan, remember, life is a journey. Until next time. Enjoy.